Hi everyone and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday the 18th of September. I'm using the Morgan Greer deck for today's reading. Please remember to subscribe to the channel so that you're notified when I come on live. I'm choosing 3 cards here to give you an insight into the day's energy and what you'll be working with. So we have the Star, then we have Death in reverse, and then we have the Two of Cups in reverse. So these two are major arcana cards, and this is a minor arcana card. So the major arcana cards represent really big life themes. The minor arcana represent temporary situations. So first of all, we have the Star, and the Star is one of the most wonderful cards in the deck because it represents hope. It represents the human ability to detox, to let go of the past, and to heal oneself. So she's been through the mill, but she's nude because she's getting authentic and real with herself. She's examining her life. She's examining herself. She's asking, what was my part in all of this? And that's why she's vulnerable. She'd be covered in scars, but our ability to heal means that scars can fade. So she's in the process of detoxing, letting go of negative feelings. And that, in my experience, is something that has to be done on a daily basis, or there has to be some sort of discipline behind it. For some people, every fortnight works, but for me, people who do things either full 100% or nothing, it's got to be every day. And meditation, prayer, doing a personal inventory of yourself, all of those things are really helpful in getting to know who you are. Because if you're sitting here after your 7th relationship and the same pattern has played out, first it was great, then it became a bit flat, and then you found out you cheated. If the same thing is going over and over again, there's something in you that causes you to vibrate at that frequency, and you need to let go of the negative stuff so you can let your light shine and be the star that you were meant to be. So focus on your emotional self today and look at what needs to be cleaned up and what you're able to really clean up. That kind of spring clean emotionally, the emotional kind of reset button really brings new life into your experience. Because the Death card, when it's this way around, it represents this inexorable force coming into your life, swinging the scythe, and then this white rose is what's left. And that's what you are. That's the energy that's left after you pass away. The energy of you is never lost. So that's in reverse today. So there's nothing about ending things or things coming to a close. It's about starting a new life. And you can only start a new life if you're a new, different person. And we can start over and over and over and over again. And we often have different chapters in our lives. It's so interesting when you read someone's bio, how differently things turn out over the years, and often how life kind of makes decisions for you. So today, if you love yourself and you let go of the negativity and you spend some time meditating, you will create something new. You will manifest something into being. The white rose is also intellect and thinking and manifestation. And it's also the purity of spirit and innocence. So you're connected to the higher realms in this process. Why not, if you're there anyway, manifest the ideal partner into your life? Now this final card, the Two of Cups, when it's this way around, it represents something or someone who you fall in love with, someone who you have a crush on. It's as a result of success. So let's say, for instance, you've released an album and there's another guy who's just done his first retrospective exhibition. And you're on a talk show and you're sitting next to each other on the couch and you really kind of like each other, and backstage afterwards you hit it off. And you fall into a relationship that's kind of on and off, and it's not a real relationship. It's just based on both of you being celebrated, for example, and being in a good position and coming together as a result of that. It's like a shared experience. It can be a sudden romance that happens at 17. It can be, falling in love with someone and madly and deeply on holiday, even though it makes no sense at all. So that card is in reverse. So externally, other people aren't going to distract you in the sense that, oh my God, I'm so attracted to her. I want to find out more about her. I want to see what she's doing. Nor are there other people coming into your life all the time saying, oh, what's she doing? What's he up to? I want to know what's going on and I want to be part of that. Today is really about you. So there's not much life here when it comes to other people. So I really don't see the ultimate best soulmate partnership happening here today. I really don't. I also don't see the sparks really flying when it comes to relationships. And I think that part of your life is rather flat. And what you're more interested in is in tidying up your past relationships first and looking at yourself and your relationship that you have with yourself and saying, do I like what I've become? Like I was in a relationship for a long time, and I said one evening, I'm really angry about this. What you've done, it's really made me angry. And he said, oh, you're always angry. And that really annoyed me. But then I started to think about it and I thought, am I an angry person? Am I always an angry person? And I'd never considered myself angry, but I started to believe it. I thought, oh, I've got a bit of a temper and I'm angry. I left that relationship and I haven't raised my voice once since then. So I'm not an angry person. It's an example of how other people can manipulate you and gaslight you into thinking something that you're not. I was just angry all the time because he irritated me every day. He did something that would annoy me. So that's a huge distraction. If someone is, actively annoying you, then you don't have the peace and quiet to look within and to be honest with yourself about who you are, what you want in life, spiritually and relationship-wise, that you don't have already. Let go of the fears, hand them over to the universe, and that's a nice icebreaker in terms of forming a relationship. So if you're new to spirituality or connecting with something bigger than yourself, if you have any problems in your romantic life, or if you have any problems in your life as a getting things started, getting your ideas on paper, for instance, you want to be a writer, but you find it difficult to turn that into a practical, tangible thing, then by connecting or closing your eyes and saying, universe, whether you're there or not, I've struggled with relationships for a long time, I hand that over to you. And imagine it as a symbol, like two people, like the two people on a wedding cake, the bride and groom. And I also hand over this book that I've been trying to write that I just can't write. And I hand over my career because I've tried everything and it's still not working. So I can't do anything about that. That's a great way to start a relationship because you're asking for help. You're taking one step towards the universe. And you see that she kind of, half of this picture is earth and the rest is sky. And water is in earth and earth is in the sky. So they intersect today. So the combination is water and earth. And water is spirituality and manifesting things. And earth is about stability and looking at the long term and being rigid in the way you are. So because the water element comes in, you can become less rigid, you can heal past wounds, you can get honest with yourself, raise your vibration, stop blaming yourself for things, forgive yourself for others, and just have a fresh start. That will create a vacuum within you and it will create space. And then because nature abhors a vacuum, it will fill that with more positive situations, but it won't be temporary love. It won't be things that are superficial relationships based on, this is my latest accessory. Look at how pretty he is. Look how good I look with this person. It's about starting a new life that's not innocent, but that's true to who you are. That's a really, like some people say that they're patchworks, they've created their characters, their identities out of different things they've watched and witnessed. But think of yourself as a 5-year-old child. You knew who you were as a 5-year-old in a much simpler way without putting labels and stamps on it, and it's a feeling. So you're feeling yourself today, and you're feeling not in the sense that I'm so confident and I'm the best and everyone else is rubbish, but you're feeling yourself in the sense that you're really in touch with yourself and you can really let your light shine and do a lot of spiritual work today that under normal circumstances would take you ages and ages and ages. And you can turn things around and bring in or make space for the right kind of relationship to come in. And by turning this around, I would now put the Lovers there, because the Lovers is also a major arcana card, and it's a recipe, really, this reading. Let go of the walls that keep you isolated and the things that you resent and irritate you about yourself. Get clear with yourself. Let your light shine. Be happy in yourself. Be open to new things happening in your life. Look to the future, and positive things will happen to you in terms of your love life and in terms of work. If you approach both things with an optimistic frame of mind, if you go into it with a positive attitude, if you find yourself getting frustrated or bogged down, then you can start the day over anytime you want. At 2 o'clock, you'll say, okay, things haven't been good this morning. I'm going to go have lunch, and after lunch, we're going to turn this around. And you can. 17 and 13 is 30, and 2 is 32. 3 and 2 is 5, and 5 is freedom. So you find freedom in your romantic life or in your working life because you get in touch with yourself and you refuse to compromise or to accept anything that's beneath you, because you now see your own light shining. You see how much value you've got, and you know how much you've got to offer. So you're able to make decisions around the areas of love and work. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and it does lead to freedom, especially freedom within yourself. Being okay with yourself and being content, just being by yourself, sitting alone for a couple of hours, and that doesn't bother you at all. That's an amazing place to be. That's a great place to be. So you have the potential to really let go of things that have haunted you for years. So maybe make amends to someone who every time you think of them, you wince, or, things that still haunt you in the present day. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to audio reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. In my personal readings, I use tarot, astrology, and numerology. The tarot allows me to look at what's coming up in future for you. Before that, the astrology chart is like a blueprint of your soul. It shows me what your vocational aptitudes are, what your life purpose is, and where you've been in past lifetimes. It also shows me what's destined for you in the areas of love and finance, relationship, health, spiritual progress, friends, family. And I can also look at what's coming up in future using the tarot and using predictive astrology. So if you're interested in that, then please go to the website, gregoryscott.com, audio reading there. Have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.